Now, social media apps saw a surge in far-right activity during this summer's riots. Extremist views weren't just expressed violently on the streets, but shared widely online. And for the first time, that spike has been quantified. Figures given to ITV's Tonight programme show far-right channels on the messaging service Telegram saw use increase by 3 times. And a former superintendent has told our UK editor Paul Brand that police have long underestimated the threats.
Like all shop owners, Parvez Akhtar protects his stock. But this level of security is also about protecting his family. He's never shared this footage before of the Middlesbrough mob who last month didn't just come knocking on his street.
One guy, he got the hammer, he smashed my door window and my main window. Then after that, one by one, 3 lads jump in my car. They damaged my car, bonnet, screen, roof, windows, everything. They damage it. Second guy, do same thing. Third guy, do same thing.
As vehicles were set on fire nearby, Parvez and his family were left trapped upstairs.
And my 11-year son, he holding my hand. He said to me, "Dad, save me, Dad, save me, Dad, save me. They come in, they come in, they come in." I said, "Don't worry, they don't come in." But I'm scared myself that time as well. We think maybe they come inside, they damage us or they kill us. We don't know because we heard that before. They are looking for Asian people.
Exclusive data shared with the Tonight programme reveals for the first time the scale of far-right activity online that helped drive rioting on the streets. In the 48 hours after 3 girls were killed in Southport, the volume of messages in extremist groups on the app Telegram increased by 87%. Over 10 days, it eventually surged by 327%. The name most commonly mentioned in those groups was Tommy Robinson, who ran the now defunct English Defence League. Little wonder when his posts on X received 434 million views during the riots.
It's just the initials EDL and the division I was in, which was the East Anglian Division.
Ivan Humble used to advertise far-right views for all to see. Now he works to counter them. As a former EDL regional organiser, he knows how minds are radicalised online.
You're always seeing stories posted in there that nobody challenges, because the minute somebody challenges the mindset of the group, you delete, kicked out the group and blocked. Telegram's probably one of the worst ones at the minute because it's crypted. But any platform that you can form a group on, it will be an echo chamber.
But why did it transform from social media into anti-social mobs? Tonight has been analysing the police response. Thousands of officers put their safety on the line.
Hi, Leroy.
But this former superintendent believes they wouldn't have had to if more had been done earlier.
I think when it comes to these riots, they haven't taken the far right seriously enough for a number of years. And so they haven't devoted the assets to infiltrate, to really understand the scale of it. I think they do now.
The National Police Chiefs Council says the response to the riots was swift and thorough, and they take the far-right threat just as seriously as any other form of extremism. Telegram told us it removed channels calling for violence and is improving its moderating. But while this summer's riots are over, the online activity that helped drive the offline criminality still risks a repeat. Paul Brand, ITV News.
And you can see more on this in the Tonight programme. That's The Summer Riots Burning Britain. You can catch it tomorrow at 8:30 on ITV1 or 10:45 on STV.
A 12-year-old boy who admitted taking part in rioting in Manchester this summer has become the youngest person to be sentenced so far for his part in the disorder. The judge called it the worst type of feral behaviour and said the boy, who can't be named because of his age, could have been sent to prison for up to 5 years if he'd been an adult. His mother has also been ordered to pay compensation. Our Home Affairs correspondent Daniel Sanford reports.
The 12-year-old left court this morning with his mother, who'd missed his last hearing so she could go on holiday to Ibiza. He's the youngest person so far to be sentenced as a result of this summer's riots. The court heard that when rioters attacked a bus near a hotel housing asylum seekers, the boy, not seen in this footage, was one of the group. Then, 4 days later, during another riot in Manchester city centre, he was one of a gang of people who kicked at the door of a vape shop and looted a Sainsbury's. District Judge Joanne Hurst said this was the worst type of feral behaviour. If he was an adult, he would have got a prison sentence between 4 and 5 years. She sentenced the boy to a 12-month referral to the youth offending team and said his mother should pay £1,200 in compensation. That's about the cost of her holiday to Ibiza last week, which meant she missed her son's original hearing. Thomas Arnold, seen here kicking police officers in Rotherham, was jailed for 2 years, 2 months today, one of more than 250 adults to have been jailed so far for their roles in the disorder. Police forces are still investigating and are also urging rioters to give themselves up.
If you were involved and you were there present and involved in that disorder in Southport, in Liverpool city centre and also within the Walton area, well, I'd also urge you to contact us as well, because you will spend a long time looking over your shoulder waiting for that knock on the door.
Officers are poring over hundreds of hours of footage from the worst riots for more than a decade and expect to make many more arrests in the coming weeks. Daniel Sandford, BBC News.